We are hot. Here we go.
What's up, everybody? We are back. We are off the crossbar. I am the Coach Pete Eidner, and I'm here with my main man, the co-coach, Adam the Miz Mizell, and we are here in the bowels of a movie theater in Dundalk, safe from the gunfire of Baltimore City. Is going on, buddy?
We're back, Coach. We're back.
Back and better than ever.
How you feeling today? You look like you're getting ready to rob a 7-Eleven. But
You don't know that I didn't. But by the way, wearing a little NWO Wolfpack, I'm feeling good. If I break out this shirt, you know I'm feeling good.
It's funny because the other day that popped up on one of my, I think it was TikTok or something. It was the night Hogan turned heel.
Oh, that was one of the best heel turn of all time.
And he's like, you can call this the new world order of wrestling, brother. You know, Mean Gene's like, I can't believe you're with the likes of Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. These guys are, it was great.
When they would spray paint on their victims.
Was he came in and he did the leg drop on Macho Man.
Right.
They thought he was there to help them, but unbelievable. I mean, when's the last time you were that disappointed?
Well, I was all in on the NWO.
Okay.
Yeah, man, Scott Hall was my guy.
Razor Ramon turned Scott Hall.
Chico.
Yeah, the toothpick. You flick it out. It was great.
So yeah, man, I'm in a great mood.
You smell like it smells like turkey.
It's getting close to Thanksgiving, brother.
The turkey, the mashed potatoes, the gravy.
Yeah.
Pass on the beets. Do you pass on the beets?
I don't take the beets.
Yeah, I don't do the beets.
Like, seriously, but you know what I will do? Sweet potatoes.
Okay, yeah.
I'm all in on those too, man. I don't care how many calories it is. I'm just gorging myself.
Agree there. I tell you what, man. Last week we had Mike Pistorio in. You know, he's got the soccer you do the soccer training. He's got the soccer training academy. You know, a few weeks back, I go to Hammer Jokes, soak in some comedy. Finney's buddy is, Mickey Coachella. He started this comedy. I've just been all inspired lately. So, now that the high school season's over,
yeah,
and I got a little extra time on the dial, you know what I mean? I figured, why not combine all this great inspiration?
Yeah. And
I've started my own soccer training academy.
Did you?
I did. We have a logo and everything. Finney, we'll welcome him in a minute. But there it is, right there. How about that?
Hammer Jukes. I love it.
Hammer Jukes.
Holy cow.
We're going to teach kids how to make people. It's going to be like the Harlem Globetrotters of soccer.
And then the best part about that is they can talk shit when they do it.
Yeah, they
can have insults.
Yeah.
Like they make somebody and they'll be like, hey, just put that on my easy pass. Something like it, make it kind of funny.
Hey, we're going to be this like the Savannah Bananas Harlem Globetrotters of soccer.
I love it. Finney, are you in on that?
I got to look at it again. I think it's incredible. There may be some copyright infringement things we got to check on, but great job. I love this thing.
If you're stealing once, you're probably stealing twice.
Well, in this case, you're stealing about 4 times.
Hey, look, I'm an unoriginal bastard, right? But I tell you what.
That is awesome. I love it.
One more look at it. Yeah, there it is.
Hammer Jukes.
How you doing, Finney? By the way, welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. I'm doing great. How about yourselves?
We're good. We're good, man.
Awesome, man. Did you watch anything this week? Did you watch the Scotland game by any chance? It
was unbelievable. And those people were going absolutely bananas.
Have you seen the videos that are going viral in the pubs and the houses?
Oh, wow.
Have you seen the one with Rod Stewart and Ron Wood from the Rolling Stones are at Rod Stewart's house?
I did not see
that. And
at
the end of the game, you remember how this game ends? Literally.
The guy from literally half field.
Half field. Well, Stewart is in front of his TV. And you can only see his back, and he's like, come on. And then he hits the ball, and you see Ron Wood start to get his old ass, starts to get up, and then the ball goes in, and Rod Stewart's like, and he gets up, and they're hugging each other, and you're watching 2 80-year-old dudes just lose their mind.
That's awesome.
It really was cool, man.
Did Rod Stewart then break into a song?
Yeah.
If you want my body.
Hot legs.
But I feel great for Scotland because, it's a country with 2 teams. Scotland, you got Celtic and Rangers.
Right, Rangers, that's
it.
They have a couple others.
Aberdeen.
Come on.
But Aberdeen, I think it was Sir Alex Ferguson. I think he won the Champions League.
Aberdeen,
I think he won the Champions League.
Dude, that guy.
With Aberdeen.
I mean, there's like men's throw together teams that can compete with a lot of those teams.
By the way, like Aberdeen now is about as good as a team you'll find in Aberdeen, Maryland. Right?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and that's you got Celtic and you got Rangers. That's it.
Yeah.
Have you watched the U.S.?
Of course.
They look good, man.
Look good.
Hey, I said this. I don't know if you guys remember. I said about a couple when we started, or when we did our first ones. Luna, to me, I think he's a special player. I don't know what it is. I don't think he's the best, but there's something about that guy on the field. It's like he takes charge. He'll fight. He's scrappy.
Here's my only reservation with him.
Okay.
He had, like, the iron was hot, right?
Yes.
In the Copa. The iron was hot. He was our guy. He was on fire. And in the final, he was nowhere to be found. So I don't know if he's a guy where, you know, if the lights are bright, his butt gets tight. I don't know if he's that guy.
I think he is, man. I think that game, I've seen.
Vanished.
Well, but you can still grow from it. Like,
Yeah,
does
100%.
that happen once? How many times does that happen to like really good players in any sport?
Agree, 100%.
And then the next time they're in that moment, they you know, Michael Jordan's probably the most famous one.
Yeah.
I'll give you a prime example. I forget the year, but it was when United played AC Milan, when Milan had Beckham, Ronaldinho, I think Kaká was on that team.
Loaded.
They were unreal, and they
Andrei
played.
Shevchevsky.
Yeah, I mean
Shevchenko.
yeah. And Man United beat them in that Champions League semi. But the game prior to that, Rooney, I mean, he couldn't get in the box. He just looked lost. And then that game, it was like, I think he heard everybody talking about him, and he was kind of like, "Oh, really? Let's talk about this." And he went out, and him and Scholes just put on an exhibition in soccer against AC Milan at their height.
I'll tell you what, I've got the USA sweatshirt on today. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fits good. I'm not a huge fan of, like, some of the guys that were in the lineup, but for whatever reason it worked, right? And again, you know, consider the competition. You know, it's not like Uruguay's ranked top 5 in the world. You know what I mean?
I think they're top 15, though, dude.
They're
reputable.
You can take almost all of those South American countries and you separate Brazil, you separate Argentina, but all the rest of them, Chile, they can beat you any day.
Oh, absolutely.
Uruguay can beat you any day.
And we don't know if Uruguay was fully rostered. You know what I mean? They might have been looking at guys. It could have been that type situation. I don't know enough about their team. I know the one goal they scored was absolutely ridiculous, a bicycle kick. But
that was
I got to say, and I've never been a huge, like, Berhalter guy, but that goal he scored on the free kick was just absolutely ridiculous. And the angle of the camera was really cool too. So,
do you know what else I loved about that, with the game, is that Bielsa, the coach from Uruguay, had said how bad the MLS was, right? He talked trash about the MLS.
They all do.
Right? And I believe it was 4-1 at halftime, and every goal was scored by an MLS player.
Guy. I love that.
Which, you know, just cram that up your cram hole, LaFleur.
Yeah.
Just to give you guys an update.
I can't wait for this one.
Well, no. Just the top 25 teams in the world ranking by UEFA. The United States is not in it.
Of course not.
Right.
And obviously Uruguay not in it. But the top 10, and this is interesting to me, who do you think the number 1 team in the world right now is?
It's probably, I want to say Belgium or
I would
Denmark.
say France.
All right, France is 5th. Belgium is 8th. Here they are in order.
Belgium should be at the top, but they just keep waffling.
Yeah. They do.
I got it.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's the top 10. I'll do backwards. 10, whatever that is. Czechoslovakia, I guess.
Czechoslovakia.
Yeah,
Whatever
you know those guys
whatever
have
they
high
are.
radiation.
Yeah. The 9 is Turkey.
Turkey.
8 Belgium. 7 Portugal. 6 Netherlands. 5 France. 4 Germany. 3 Spain. 2 Italy. Who's left?
It's got to be Brazil.
How about England?
England. Yeah, I was going to say.
What?
England is the number 1 ranked team in the world.
And Italy shouldn't be 2. I'm Italian. I follow them closely, and they may not.
They should not be 2.
They might not even qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Where's Brazil in that? Did they
not ranked in the top 20?
That's wild. When has that ever happened?
They've been awful though.
But
they really have, man.
Yeah.
How?
Well, number one, if you remember, was it 6-8 years ago when they didn't qualify?
Yeah, I mean,
or they didn't advance, whatever it
Vinicius
was.
Junior and maybe Neymar when he's healthy, and he's like 50 years old now.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have the players anymore.
What the hell happened?
Well, I think the game got bigger and stronger. I swear to, if you really look, I watched this thing the other day with, I forget the guy's name, one of those English dudes. And he said, basically, if you look at global football, the average height in 1990 for a midfielder was 5'7".
Right.
Now it's 5'11".
Right. Well, hey.
The game's getting gigantic.
Yeah.
When I was playing and when I was in college.
You were a giant, weren't you?
I was 6'1", 185,
Yeah.
190. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, he's huge.
Yeah.
And now, like, that you're
those
small.
are high school numbers.
You can't play center back.
Those are high school numbers.
And you could still fit a guy like Xavi and Iniesta. Like, they're little guys, but their skill level was off the charts.
They also went into that. Like, you take some of these, like for instance, Denmark. I don't know if you're following this with Holland. I mean, not Denmark. Where's he?
Norway.
They're going to win their group, and it's all on him.
No, yeah,
I mean, he's
just an absolute wrecking machine.
He's just destroying everyone. If you can get him the ball inside of 25, it's hammered.
Or at half field, he just knocks it into space and just blows by.
Goes by everybody.
Yeah, it was a cool thing, too. He was asked last week where he ranks among it was a great line for the kid. I got to give it to him. The reporter said, where do you rank yourself with Ronaldo, Messi, Ronaldinho? He named like 5 names, and he goes, I'm a fan. Huge fan of all them.
That's really cool.
So let's get into it. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Here we go.
All right, Coach, this week's Mizztery question is not so much a question, but it's, everybody's a sucker for something. We were just talking to Finney before the show. He's a sucker for UFOs, right?
Right.
I'm a sucker for great neighborhood drama. I like the neighbor stuff, the neighbor conflicts. I love all that stuff. And I'm also a sucker for hearing stories about people's first car. I don't know why, but the Mizztery question this week, tell me about your first car.
Oh boy, my first car.
I'm pumped.
1983.
Okay.
Ford Escort.
Right? What color are we talking?
It was reddish maroon.
Okay.
Right. But so my parents got it for $400.
Okay.
Right. The front seat of the car did not lock. So if you hit the brakes, it would slide forward. Well, shortly thereafter, the passenger seat would do the same.
Right.
So I fixed the front seat by taking my history textbook and jamming it in there. I did not do the same to the passenger. So I'd be driving and I would just hit the brakes and the front seat would go, wow. It was hilarious. So it also, I put so I was real into bodyboarding back then. And there was a type of bodyboard called turbo.
Okay.
Right. So I put a turbo sticker on the back of my car on the window. So no one else knew it was bodyboarding, right? Everybody thought the car was a turbo, Ford Escort turbo
deluxe.
So
it was a turbo deluxe.
Well, you would hit the gas pedal on this thing and it would go, but would not go any faster.
Like 8 miles an hour.
It sounded like you were doing 80, but you're doing 8.
What kind of sound system were we working with?
We did not have a sound system. Did not come with a working radio. So I had a boom box that I tied to the console in the middle.
Did it have a radio space?
It had a radio. It had a radio, but it broke. And then later in my tenure, when I got a little bit of money, I bought a stereo that I put in, but it
detachable face,
and it didn't fit quite right. So it worked, but it kind of hung out of the side.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the most ghetto thing ever. One more thing, the horn didn't work.
Oh no!
So the horn, instead of sounding like a horn, when you hit it, would go. It was the best car ever.
Good on gas, though, right?
Great on gas.
Fill it up for once every 3 months.
Which reminded me of how it died.
Okay.
So I am driving to the beach, right, going to Ocean City, and there was a guy.
Boombox playing or no?
Boombox. No, this was in the stereo days. I had a working tape deck.
Okay, this is one of the ones sticking out.
Yep. And I had just bought new tires
on
the car. We're driving to the beach, and this is before like Berlin got built up where there's actually things there.
Yeah.
So we're about at Berlin, Maryland. All it is Route 50 and cornfields. And my engine just powers down, dead, steam coming out of the hood. Oh, by the way, I waxed it one time, but didn't know that I was supposed to like wax I just thought you put the wax on. I didn't know you had to rub it in. So the hood of my car.
So you waxed on, but didn't wax off.
I did not wax off. So the car was like maroonish
Mr. Miyagi
red.
loves when Daniel waxes off.
Yeah.
It's the best part of that movie. So the hood was like a lighter shade because it had wax that stayed on that I could never get off. But anyway, steam's coming out of it. I pull over, and I'm with a guy named Brian Nowakowski, and we're screwed. Can't get down the beach. We're like probably an hour away, maybe 45 minutes away. We're pretty far outside of Salisbury. No cell phones in these days.
No.
We're screwed. No Uber. You were like, I don't know what to do. Out of the blue, 10 minutes after my car breaks down, my mother pulls over on the side of the road with my dad. Yeah, they were going to my sister's shore house and I didn't know. I don't know.
What are the odds, man?
One in a bazillion. They're like, Peter, what are you doing here? Well, yeah, I thought I'd check out some cornfields, Ma. let my car smoke a little bit. And
so they were riding down the street and they just saw
me on the side of Route 50. And I was like, hey, that guy looks like Pete.
Wow.
And so they drove us to the beach. I had someone tow the truck, and they called a tow truck that towed the car. Found out the car was dead, and I was stranded in Ocean City till I could get a ride home, and that was that.
And then it was on to the Toyota Camry next?
The second best car I ever had. It was a white Honda Civic hatchback.
I remember that car.
Stick shift.
Yeah.
Yes. The reason I bought the stick shift, get this, it's a great story.
Impress the ladies.
Impress a lady. The lady who sold me the car said, oh, I think stick shifts are hot. And she was older than I was. I was 21. She was probably like 28. She was good looking.
Okay.
And I was like, you like that? She's like, oh, yeah. And so she was like, I bought the car, right? And I thought she was into me. She gave me her number. I called her. Yeah, that was it. No, never got a call back, but I got a car with a stick shift that I didn't know how to drive. And then my friend Debbie Hill had to come pick me up at the car. Do you remember Debbie Hill?
Of course.
She picked me up and taught me how to drive a stick. I couldn't drive it, and I was late for practice my first day, senior year of college. Me and Jason Dieter were late because my car kept conking out because I couldn't drive a stick.
Wow.
Because I bought a stick because a girl was hot.
Well, here's what I'll tell you. I have a couple thoughts. Number one, a great choice on the car, by the way. White car class, right?
First.
Secondly,
class.
she was into you. She was into you from the time you got there all the way up until you signed ownership of the car, and she got her commission, and then she wasn't into you.
Yeah, not at all.
And her number, that was probably like a 1-900 party line?
No, it wasn't 976 chat. It was a legit number.
Okay.
It was definitely her answering machine if we go back in time.
Okay. Finney, first car.
Well, my first car that was mine, you mean?
Yeah.
It was a Mercury Monarch.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. It was a Mercury Tracer.
Okay.
And I bought it new.
What color?
Blue.
Okay. Royal, navy?
It was like a royal.
Okay.
Like a royal blue, maybe a little lighter. I bought it from Alpaca Ford on Bel Air Road.
This guy's getting cars from dealerships.
I was 18. I was working at Bethlehem Steel. You guys remember, I had been in the workforce already for 2 years.
You're saving up.
Because I quit school, right? So, yeah, I had a little head start. I've really screwed it up since then, but I did have a head start. However, what I'm saying is I got a Mercury Tracer. It was a very economical car. My parents were very proud of me that I didn't buy something stupid and fast.
Right.
That car lasted 2 years. I never one time put oil in it. I got to 31,000 miles, and this is a true story. I was driving to Ocean City to do comedy. It's so funny you said that.
Right.
But I go to Delaware way because I can't go over the bridge.
Now, did the stereo in your car work?
Yeah, it was good. I had a cassette player, and I remember exactly Poison's Look What the Cat Dragged In was playing.
Okay.
And I'm driving down and I'm in Delaware, like in the swampland stretch.
Right.
And I'm not making this up, 4:00 in the morning, right? Going down. And my car I'm driving, gong! I heard this huge clunk, like metal, bang.
Seized
I
up,
threw
man.
a rod.
Yeah.
Done. The car's toast.
Oh my gosh.
Seized
Well,
up.
here's the weird part. It's 4:10 in the morning. I'm on route, whatever that is, 113.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's no one. I can't see lights. Like
Right.
I don't know where to go. So I'm sitting there.
And again, no cell phone.
Nothing.
No way to contact
Nothing.
anybody.
All of a sudden I see headlights coming. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm either going to get killed, helped, or ignored, right? So I flag this car down. They go past me. But then they make a U-turn, go back up, pass me again, turn around, then they come up. They pull up. I'm my right hand to God. One of the most gorgeous women by herself I have ever seen in my life. And I'm thinking, maybe God is real, right? Like what the angels just showed up, right? And this girl says, what's wrong? I said, I don't know, my car she goes, well, there's a gas station like 3 miles. Do you want me to take you down there? And I'm like, yeah, somewhere. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Right.
We get in the car and she puts her hand on my leg. This
What?
is all a true story. I'm probably maybe 19 or 20, 18, 19. And she puts her hand on my leg and I go, like, I remember I froze up and she goes, so what's your name? And I go, Mickey. And she goes, oh, okay. I go, what's yours? She goes, Daphne. You don't meet a lot of Daphnes,
You don't
right?
ever, unless you're in Scooby-Doo.
Right. She goes, Daphne. And I go, nice to meet you. Thank you for picking me. And I'm trying to make small talk. And I get to the place and I go, thank you. And she looks me dead in the face. I'm not kidding. She goes, well, that was uninteresting. And she drove off. And I was like, I just screwed up a great chance to have a better story.
Yeah.
But I was so scared.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
get
kidding
it.
you. I really thought it was a dude. Like later, I'm like, that had to be a guy. Like no girl
Does that.
does that.
Are you saying you would like a redo of that situation?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I would lose a car over it. I'm not
Daphne,
lying.
if you're out there.
Oh, I forgot this part of the story. I get to the beach finally. I had to call my friend who was down there. At 5 a.m, he picks me up. We go back, we sleep. Then I wake up and I'm like, I got to get my car, dude. I call. He drives me up there. I mean, my car's gone. I'm like, oh my God. I call the Delaware State Police. I had to go to this tow yard. The guy running the tow yard, if I'm lying, may the Lord strike me dead. One tooth. He had one tooth and it was dead center. That tooth is the tooth he had, right? And I walk up to this guy and I go, yeah, my Mercury Tracer was brought here last night. He goes, the blue one? I go, yes, sir. He goes, all right, that'd be $112. And then nowadays it'd probably been $500.
Right.
Back then, $112.
It was a lot of money.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God. And I'm like, okay. So I give him $112. He goes, where do you want me to take it? I go, well, I'm in Baltimore. He goes, that's going to be expensive. Tow it back there. I go, what should I do? He goes, what's wrong with it? I said, I'm driving in a thing. He opened up my thing. You could see the rod came through the head. He goes, I'll just leave it here. Unless you're going to buy a new motor for it. I go, I'm just going to leave it. I never went back, left it sitting there.
It's probably still there.
Probably
Could
is
still
sitting
be
there.
there.
Yeah, it probably is, dude. But that's my first car story.
That
Died
is,
on me.
Wow.
Yeah, I almost got lucky. I abandoned it. I did everything you could do to a first car.
I love it.
And you learn the importance of proper flossing.
Yes, absolutely. Holy cow, that dude's tooth was unreal, man. How about you, dude?
We love all those guys. We were just talking about the way that when the stereotypical old time mechanic
Oh,
guys.
they're the
right.
greatest people on
Yeah,
earth,
when
man.
you take your car, I'll get Marty and Davey and Stevie and we'll get on it. I got 3 of my best guys.
Dude,
Remember the
there's-
commercial with 3 of my best guys on it? And they're
Dude,
laying on the hood,
I've
Great.
always said, if you go to anywhere to get anything fixed and the guy you're talking to looks at it and goes like this, hold on a second. Hey, Billy, come here. What do you think? And Billy tells him, he goes, that's what I thought. I just want to get a second opinion. All right, come back Thursday. It'll be ready. You never question them dudes, and they're
yeah.
always right.
And the mechanics gotta have a voice similar to that. I don't want a mechanic who doesn't doesn't speak like he's been smoking since he was 2.
Yeah, that, and I don't want a guy that understands all the words. You know what I mean? I want a
Right.
guy that just kind of gets it. What you got here? Look, your manifold. Look, man, this thing ain't taking air. Come back Friday. Like, I just want him to cut to the chase.
Right.
They got to have a Snap-on clock in the
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Right. There's got to be pictures or posters of girls in bathing suits and bikinis and stuff.
Yeah, halfway through, he's explaining the what's wrong to your car. He gets a call. He starts arguing with his fat wife. You know how that goes.
Right.
He's like, hold on a second. If you come back Wednesday, I'll be able to do this. So listen to what I'm saying, jerk. You know,
And
Brenda, I told you 4 o'clock.
then they look at you and they go, I swear to God, man, you can't get good help anywhere. I swear to God, man. I went through 12 kids this year. It's unbelievable. None of them want to work. But that voice is everything.
Yeah, that voice.
yeah.
I don't trust a mechanic who does not have that voice.
If you go into the mechanic and he's like a clean-cut dude with glasses,
That's why I stopped going to the
You're getting-
dealerships.
your wallet is getting destroyed.
Yeah, when
put
the
it that way.
garage is cleaner than my house, you're not fixing my car. You don't know what you're doing.
And you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
I
You know?
want a guy who's like, well, it ain't gonna be a problem if you don't mind paying for it. I will pay that guy. But the
Right.
guy that's like, ooh, well, you did a lot of damage there. I think we're gonna do this. Let me print you out an invoice. I don't want that guy.
Yeah, that
I
guy's
want the
ripping
guy
you
that's
off.
doing it on the fly. I don't know. That probably we're looking at $400, $500. I
Right.
want that guy. I trust that guy.
Absolutely, man. How about you? What was your first car?
First car was a red Chevy S10 pickup, man. And
I love the
it
S10.
It had no real bells or whistles to it, but the back window and the
Yeah.
cab was not a slide. Didn't have a slider, and it was really loose.
Yeah.
So to be as cool as I could be in that truck, I would take the entire thing out in the summer and roll the windows down, so I had like a somewhat
convertible.
semi-convertible.
Yeah,
you know?
That's awesome.
And I thought it was cool.
Hell
until
yeah.
It's like, oh shit, it's gonna rain. You gotta put the window back in. It was the
Well,
entire window.
You think
This
that's
was-
insane? I had a friend you remember Troy Bankard?
Oh, I love Troy.
Troy had a car you could take the windshield out of. I'm not joking, dude. I drove from my house on Overland to Mount Pleasant Golf Course with no windshield, scared out of my mind.
Hopefully, it wasn't the summertime. The mosquitoes.
Oh,
will
it
hurt
was
your
summer,
face.
dude. It was
The
summer.
mosquitoes will get you.
By the way, Adam, it is another topic for another day, but the stories about Troy Bankard,
This dude,
legendary.
he
I'm gonna
invented
put
the
it in the notes, and we'll bring them. We'll bring them up.
as far as I'm concerned, he invented the polar bear plunge at Montebello Lake in 1978, the blizzard. We're all at Herring Run Park playing, and he bet us to jump in the lake, and we were like, you jump in it, you idiot. He jumped right in it. Blizzard.
He
Insane.
Sounds
just-
like my kind of guy.
Oh, he was the best.
Crazy, and I haven't seen him in so long.
I think he lives in the woods. I'm not being funny.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Do you want to know one of the last times I saw him? This was like 1996.
Yeah.
95 maybe. I was working at Airborne Express and I had to fly out to Seattle for this sales thing. They were teaching how to sell like overnight express stuff to corporations, and they flew us back, and my flight got in at like 5 a.m.
It's a little red eye action.
Yeah, so they flew you in with the freight. You
Right.
flew on the shipping plane
Yeah.
because they're cheap. Well, anyway, I'm driving back, and I figured I'd stop at my parents' house to get something to eat, and so see my parents in the morning. And so I drove through the city, and I cut through the city, and I was coming up Lake Clifton, and it's still dark, so it can't be more than 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And I see this guy running on the side of the road, and I'm like, somebody's jogging in this neighborhood, like, and then I get closer. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Troy. He's not wearing shoes. He's not wearing a shirt.
Yeah, dude.
He's just wearing shorts.
I love it.
6 o'clock in the morning, kind of cold out. I went, hey, Troy, you all right? He's like, hey, Pete, what's going on, man? And I was like, do you need a ride somewhere? He goes, nah, I'm good. And I was like, aren't you a little worried about being down here? He's like right in Lake Clifton. He goes, nah, everything here's afraid of me. And he just, with that, doesn't say goodbye, just takes off and runs onto the golf course, gone.
Yeah, like
Wow.
disappeared in the night.
Wow.
Insane dude.
But
Totally.
you hang out with him, and you're like, I've never been so entertained in my life.
I need to hear more. We're going to hear more. That's it for the mystery question, Coach. Moving right along, we had our public high school championships wrap up this week.
Yeah.
We got some pretty cool stuff, some local ties. Stephen Decatur with local guys on the coaching staff, Marshall Forrester, Steve Ball.
Stevie Ball.
They won it all,
son
man.
of Dave
They
Ball.
won it all.
But,
Yep.
And how cool is that they did that? And they've been close a couple times, but having that school all the way down there come and compete with some of I think they're 1A.
They're 3A.
3A?
Yeah.
Competing in 3A? Are you kidding me? I thought they were
3A.
1A or 2A. 3A might be the toughest division in the state, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely one of them. And it's funny because I text with them a lot back and forth, and we were before the season. Hey, how you looking? And they actually said, like, we could win it all this year. I mean, they knew what they had. They were just, with the kids execute, we don't take any injuries, that sort of thing. But they felt like they had the roster that could compete. And they were able to get it done. I think they lost one game the entire season.
And that's awesome.
Really cool.
And like, I know they have there's a club down there called Matrix. Brian Watson runs it.
Okay.
I think a lot of those kids played at that club, and he's like very focused on development. But yeah, man, that's so cool.
That's
and
awesome.
I'm so happy for Stevie. I got to coach Stevie when he was at Curly, and he was a great player. I coached with his dad. He was a great coach and a good influence on me. And just good people. And Marshall was our goalie for indoor for years.
Yeah.
And to see them take that program and uplift it, good for them, man. That's awesome.
I've known Marshall for a long time. Through my sister knew him, and then I ended up playing club with his younger brother. So I knew him that way as well. And yeah, I mean, it's really cool to see those guys. Congratulations, Stephen Decatur. And also a little bit more closer to home for Coach Pete. We got the Perry Hall Lady Gators getting it done.
Lady Gators getting it done for the third time in maybe I'm gonna guess 10 years.
And they were behind. They had to come from behind.
Did you see how they came from behind?
I saw the goals. Yes.
So
didn't get to see the play. I just saw like the highlights.
So they were down 0-1 at halftime. They tie it up. 47 seconds later, give up a goal. So you know how gut-wrenching that is, right?
It's
you
crusher.
get the momentum, you're back, we're level, and then right away you give it up. Gators, Lady Gators, look at me. Awesome job being so freaking resilient to come back. 3 minutes left. They get a free kick around midfield. The ball's served in the box, and I believe it was Caitlin Price. Freaking flies to the ball, gets a header right in front of the goalie's hands. Boom, puts it away. If she doesn't finish that ball, and think of everything that can go wrong. Goalie can head it, punch it out.
Sure.
Goalie can catch it. Somebody else can head it. She can head it over. She can tense up and miss. So many things could go wrong. It was such a tough header to hit. Concentrated up, boom. Ties it up with 3 minutes left. Now it goes to overtime. I think it was Gabriella Colon. Did you see that goal?
Yeah, she just gets in one-on-one and just smashes it to the far post.
Another kind of long serve. I think the same girl served it. She outruns the defense.
Yeah.
One-on-one, and then hits a far post screamer. It was, and good for them, man. I am so happy because I know how much Matt Smoot puts into that team and Todd Donovan, how much they put into those girls. My daughter played for them on their first state championship team. And those coaches really are deserving, and I'm so proud of them.
It's great. I mean, there wasn't that much to cheer about locally in the public stuff, and that was like one of the brightest spots we had. So it was good.
Yeah, and I'm glad they got a ring. That's awesome, and there's no better way to end your high school career. And even if it's you get it your freshman year or your sophomore year, you have that ring forever. You wake up a state champion. You go to bed the same day as state champion. No one takes that away from you.
Well, speaking of play at the high school level, moving into college.
Yeah,
it's college playoff time, Coach.
Oh, I love this time.
It's
of year.
so good. It's so good. Did you see this Lafayette goal the other night?
I did not.
We're gonna show it to you. It is one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. You gotta see this. Vinny, help us out here. Here it is. Okay.
And brought back to the edge. It's off the post. Rebound. Oh, what a save. Third bite of the cherry, and it's cleared. It comes back. Oh, it's in. It's in.
So we'll look at
Incredible
it.
scenes.
Like 15 shots. shots, and then when they
Dude,
try
is
to
it an
clear
own
it,
goal?
Well,
no,
and
wait,
brought back to the edge. It's off the post. Rebound. Oh, what a save. Third bite of the cherry, and it's cleared. It comes back. Oh, it's in. It's in.
Wasn't even a shot.
right. But they had 15 chances to score.
It was 5 deflections. The last one goes off. The defender clears it. It hits the offensive player and just goes straight in the goal.
One more time, Finney.
Yeah. Let me.
It's
This
amazing.
is one of the better ones,
It's
man.
awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I
Well,
counted.
And brought back to the edge. It's off the post. Rebound. Oh, what a save. Third bite of the cherry, and it's cleared. It comes back. Oh, it's in. It's in.
I mean,
Incredible save.
That's college, correct?
yes.
Lafayette. Is that D1?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the highest level.
Yeah.
Wow.
3 minutes left.
Yeah.
They tie it with that. They go on to win the game.
That, again, gut-wrenching if you're on the other side of that puppy.
Here's the thing, man. Like, how do you, like, this is one of those situations where throw the training out, right?
Right.
It's just about will and heart and getting numbers in the box and having a bounce go your way. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Like, all the teams are good at a certain point. You need the bounces, you need the rolls, you need the calls. That's one of them. I mean, the kid is clearing the ball, and the way he hits it, he's clearing it out 80 yards after you just survived 3 or 4 chances, almost point blank. Like, what are the chances? It's unbelievable.
The one thing I'll say, and I preach this all the time, regardless of the level I'm coaching, don't clear stuff up the middle.
No,
Just he would have been so much better putting that into the 9th row of the stands than.
And to be fair to him,
But look, in that moment,
absolutely.
you have less than 100th of a second to. You're just clearing it.
Right.
You're not thinking wide. You're just like, we just survived. A flurry that.
Yeah. And that's maybe a 1 in a million like deflection. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like he
one
could have
in a
hit
million.
it. It could have hit off the guy and went out of bounds for a goal kick. You know what I mean? Like there could have been a lot of other outcomes other than a screamer into the corner. The goalie even tried to save that one too.
In a world of infinite possibilities, imagine being the guy that scored off his shin because somebody cleared a ball into him.
And that's what makes the game great, though. That
It
kind
does.
of stuff. But to be on the other end of that, it's just gut wrenching.
As a keeper, you're just like, oh my
The
God.
guy did everything he could possibly
Yeah,
do.
I mean,
right?
you
know.
can't get mad at the defender. He cleared it in the right direction, and it hits a guy and just, oh my God, it's the
It's
worst.
unlucky.
And the announcer is great. And it's saved. And it's over. And it's good.
Have you guys ever seen the goal, the penalty kick? I forget where it was. It hits the top bar and goes up in the air, and the goalie walks out,
Walks out.
and the ball comes back
Yeah.
down, spinning,
Spin it and
hits
went in.
and rolls back in.
Yeah,
Have
I've
you-
seen that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
I love
great.
that one.
Do you know what we got to do? What I would love to do?
What's
Have
that?
you ever seen the Boom Goes the Dynamite clip of the basketball?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, I'm going to find it for you. But there's this kid who it's his first time doing like the sports reporter thing, and he totally botches it. And he can't keep up with the highlights.
Actually, I think I have
And when
seen it.
when the guy shoots, the only thing he gets right, somebody hits a 3 and he goes, and boom goes the dynamite. If you put that guy on that sequence, what do you and boom goes the dynamite.
You're right. That's all he's
Like
got.
totally underplay it.
Speaking of college soccer, coach, I honestly, I'm trying to get a grip on this, and I need your help.
Okay.
So now with the emergence of social media being everything that it is, it's the time of year has come now where you see a lot of college players that they once announced, hey, I'm committed to X college, right?
Right.
David University, whatever. Now it's apparently something, this trend that they go back on and make a new announcement that they're entering the transfer portal. I mean, sometimes there's just not a fit, right?
Right.
But is it becoming just like out of bounds, like over the top? Give me your thoughts.
Well, just as you're taking it, I'm like writing down my thoughts as you're mentioning it, as you're
Okay.
setting it up. I wrote down the portal is killing the college game.
How?
Because if kids don't like the way it's going, they just transfer. right? Part of the college experience, in my opinion, is going to a school, playing your way up, building your chops, getting better with a bunch of guys that you're in school with. So it's a 4-year, sometimes 5-year extension of your life where you are with these guys and you're working for them. And now they just go. And there's a lot of reasons for that, right? There's the European or the international flavor, which is also killing the college game, in my opinion. And it's unfair to a lot of American players, but you'll see it in international players too. They'll go to 4 colleges on 4 different scholarships at 4 different schools because they feel that it's like a stepping stone to the pros.
There's one main reason, common denominator, whatever you want to call it, that kids transfer. What is that reason?
What is the reason? In my opinion?
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's because they don't have the intestinal fortitude to stick it out. And it's easier.
No, but I'm saying, what would even prompt them to
playing time?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
right?
playing time.
So we're creating, right? And they're cultured this way at some point because they feel like, wait a minute, I should be getting playing time, right?
Right.
So somewhere along the line, because this is just coming now. I've never seen this before like I've seen it this year with all the announcements of the transfer portal. I mean, the transfer portal has been around since 2016 or whatever it was, or I don't even know when, but it's never been this thing where it's cool to announce that you're in a transfer portal. And I get it. They're marketing themselves and whatever, but are we creating an entitled group of players?
Well, it's already been created. You have an entitled group of players. These kids probably were the best kids on their club team, and they probably were told their whole lives how great they are, and they're all this and all that, and playing in the best leagues and all league and all whatever. And then they get to college, and now they're coming in as an 18-year-old playing against, on your best day, 22-year-old seniors, but sometimes 21-year-old other freshmen. So you're competing with your class and they're 21-year-old international players. You're 18. You can't physically compete. And so your whole world is shattered. And instead of working on your game, getting stronger, being patient, leveling up, I don't like the way the coach is. Well, you would love the coach if he was playing in 90 minutes, but since you're not, you're going to transfer to the other Division I school who maybe has an opening. And I think it's just like, if you're not happy at your school, obviously it's not the place for you. It's got to be a fit, but it's almost like the school doesn't matter. It's got to be the soccer program matters. And by that, it's absolutely playing time.
What do you say to those who, say I'm a right back, okay, and I'm a clear number 2 at the position?
Mm-hmm.
There's another player in the system that is maybe a year ahead of me, maybe a sophomore, I'm a freshman, okay? That player is decidedly and clearly better than me. I can't get a sniff at any other position, right? So I'm a right back. That's all I'm ever going to play. The coach told me that I'm you're the right back. If X player gets hurt, you're in. But if X player doesn't get hurt, I'll never get in.
Right.
I only have 4 years to play. Right. So this is where the transfer portal helps players, right? In this situation where you're just not going to get those minutes ever, right? Unless something really quirky happens, and you can't bank on that because the clock's ticking. Right. So, or if it's academic, okay, like you said, it's never academic. It's always about playing time, right? And the few times it might be academic, okay, great. But the transfer portal has become this, like we just said, like it's just a bunch of players who aren't getting minutes. And by entering the portal, you're telling other coaches that you're not willing to compete for minutes. So what coach would grab those players? Well, maybe a lesser team?
So there are schools that make their living off of that. Like, let's say you're a mid-major Division I college and you see a bunch of people, you see transfers from your home state, right? That maybe went to a really high level school and run into the problem of playing time.
So a lesser team.
Right. They want to go. So now that mid-major can grab that blue chip recruit, and the blue chip recruit's like, oh, well, I'm definitely going to play there. And they transfer, and that helps out the smaller school. But, my gut tells me you stick it out and you compete.
Now, what say you, that scenario you just painted, right? Sally Jane's going to drop. She's going to enter the transfer portal, go to a place closer to her home. She plays 1 year. The other level was better. I'm back in the transfer portal.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Where do we cut it?
Can I ask you guys a
should
question?
have a limit on the times you can transfer. Swear to God. Or you have to take a year off of soccer. You have 5 years to play for it. Take a year off.
Finney, would you ever enter the comedian transfer portal?
I'm sitting here thinking about it, and honestly, who has the priority, do you guys think? The organization, the school, do they have the priority, or does the player? In other words, it's up to the school to field the team they want. If you're a player and you decided to go to that school and you're not getting started and you feel like you're good enough to play, then yeah, I think you should transfer. But if you're just using it as a way to find a position open throughout your college career, I think you're damaging yourself, because you're not learning a system. Number one, you're not every year you're going into like a blind system, a blind coach, blind players. I don't know how anybody can play at the top level without knowing the guys you're playing with.
Are there bigger life lessons here? Is it
I
avoiding dealing with adversity?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
right?
of course. Yeah.
The adversity being, hey, look, there are 11 players that are viewed as better than me.
Do you guys know who Charlie Enrico is?
No.
I don't.
He won 7 Champions Leagues. Never played in one game. He has 7 Champion League titles that he sat on the bench for. Real Madrid, Juventus, and I think it may have been Barca.
You know what we call that?
What?
Cheerleader.
Yeah, I get it. But the guy was on the team.
Right.
He was in the top 20 players. And all those teams, 7 Champions League titles he has. And even furthermore, I just think that we've produced a culture of young pros instead of a culture of young, great soccer players. And we treat 12-year-olds like they're training for the Champions League instead of run your ass down the park, kick the ball against a wall for 45 minutes until your feet bleed.
Right.
And I realize that's an old school approach, and the game is way more skillful, way more tactical. I get all that. But at the end of the day, these are kids that are playing a game. And I think it ruins the culture of the sport and the integrity of the player.
If I'm a coach, right, and I go to open and I say, hey man, we took an injury this year. We had a kid who couldn't go, another kid, blah, 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 blah. Because a lot of that stuff is needs based, right? We need this guy, we need a winger, we need a center mid, we need an 8, we need a 6, blah, 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 whatever. We need a goalkeeper. So if I go pull up the transfer portal and, maybe 6-7 years ago, I would pull it up and there'd be maybe 800 kids in there. Now I pull it up and there's like 3,000 to 4,000 kids in there. Like, that tells me all I need to know about the culture of what we're doing here.
Well, look how it goes when you're on a club team. If things aren't going right on your club team, sometimes in the middle of the year, you bail on the club team.
Yeah.
And it happens all the time. And I think there's something about character that you develop by getting through tough situations. If you're on a soccer team in college and it's not working out, figure it out. Keep working. You never know when you'll get your break. Never know. And I've been in my college career and as a coach, I can think of so many times where a player that was not starting played a profound impact on a team winning a championship.
Absolutely.
And it's all about you getting your break and making the most of it. And it's about getting your education, which now is kind of like, whatever.
Look at Forrest Gump. The movie was great, but it would have been as great without Gary Sinise and without Bubba and without Jenny. Like, you need that supporting cast, right?
Yeah.
And everything. You're laughing at me because I pulled up Forrest Gump.
I am. And the first thing I thought of was the meme where it has Jenny waving goodbye to Forrest underneath it said, "Bye, Forrest. I'll be back when I have AIDS and you're a millionaire."
Hey guys,
man.
great show today. Listen, we didn't get a chance to get to it. Did you guys do your 5-a-side?
Yeah.
You got yours?
Next week.
We'll do it next week.
Next week.
Next week.
We're in.
All right,
Yep.
we're in.
All right.
All right, guys, great show.
Thanks. We'll see you, Coach.
All right.
Woo! What's up, everybody? We are back. We are off the crossbar. I am the Coach Pete Eidner, and I'm here with my main man, the co-coach, Adam the Miz Mizell, and we are here in the bowels of a movie